Good day, Cheat Code community. We've got another content request, so we're gonna get straight into it. I had a couple of good ones this week, so keep them coming, I really like it. The one we're gonna go with is Connor Elleries. Miss you, Connor. So what we're gonna talk about, he said, what are some of the things I look for when hiring staff? And how do you nail any interview? Well, first thing I'd probably tell you is, what the hell are you interviewing for? Go start a business. Don't be a bitch, right? Start a business, it's the best thing you can do. Second thing, if you really do have like a dream job you want to get or whatever, what do you think they want? So each obviously job is going to be different. Some are going to want, technical ability. Some will want to see that you can do something well. But if it's something like, people facing sales or something like that, well, number one, you want to be confident, but you also just don't want to be a loser. So if they ask you something like, what made you want to apply here? Don't just be like, oh, I just want a job or whatever. Have just detailed reasons of why you want to be there and why you think you can add value to that company. That's probably my best thing. Second thing, generally, with negotiations, whoever is the one asking the questions is normally the one who's in charge. And so just have a ton of questions, and they might even have to be like, oh, look, can you ask the questions at the end? You're like, sure. That's them taking the frame back. If they do that, they're a really good interviewer. But have good questions and want to know, show interest in what they do. The other thing is, if you can slip it in without being cheesy, give them compliments on things you like about them or about the business. People like to be complimented as long as it doesn't look like you're intentionally flattering them. So show interest in the job. That's probably the best thing. Don't just want a job, have a clear reason of why you want to be there and why you can add value, and be the one asking more questions than them. That is good advice. Now, if you're the person hiring somebody, that's a different story. Again, it depends on what kind of role you want. If it's a duty or task-based role, don't work with someone until you work with them. So the best thing you can do is get them a freelance project. Say, hey, look, I'll give you, $300 to do this little thing here, and see how quickly they do it, see how well they do it, see how communicative they are, how well they can communicate, and that'll give you a good idea right away, because most people that you give tasks to, they take way too long, they're super disorganized, they do a shoddy job, or they're hard to get a hold of. And so if you find those things, you're not gonna find that in an interview, you find that from them doing a job for you as a freelancer. That's my recommendation there. Now, if you're looking for people-facing roles or leaders, different story. Big thing I wanna look for is confidence. So when I ask them, I've got 25 interviews between today and tomorrow. That was out of about 200 people who applied. So obviously congratulations for making it this far. But unfortunately, we're really only looking to take on 1 to 2 candidates. Now you flattered them, but created some scarcity. So unfortunately, we're only looking to take on 1 to 2 candidates. Why would I wanna select you over the other applicants? And it doesn't matter what they say. You wanna see how confidently they can talk about themselves. So they look you in the eyes and tell you, I'm gonna be good at this because this, this, and this, or you should pick me because. What you don't wanna see is, oh, that's a good question. Any sort of timidity there, or them going, oh, look, you've probably got some good candidates. It's like, that's not appropriate for a sales role. You need someone who's a little cocky. So that's what I'd look for. Also, if you're looking for leaders, you want to ask them if they've got weaknesses. So I go, look, it is easy to talk about strengths in an environment like this. Can you tell me a bit about your weaknesses? And then you're not, again, what they say is totally irrelevant. You're looking to see if they've got the humility required to be a good leader, because someone who's got a big ego, they don't blame themselves when things go wrong. They're not, and that means they can't adapt. If something goes wrong and they need to fix it, they go, oh, this is the person's problem over here, or they did this, or the situation's unfixable. So that's not someone you want. So you're just looking to see, do they give you weaknesses of any kind within the first 5 seconds of asking that question. Last one I do, and it's optional, but I like it. I like hiring winners. So I just like to literally say, one thing that we look for, look, if you want a winning team, you need a team full of winners. What have you done in your life outside of work to demonstrate that you're an achiever? Have you won any sort of competitions? And I like to see that they've won something, or they've been in some sort of high level team. There's going to be cop-out answers like, oh, I helped my mom when I was in school, or, I play a little bit of basketball or something like that. No, you want to see that they've actually won and committed to something, because then you're getting competitiveness, commitment, discipline, and desire to improve, and generally accountability as well, because if they stick at something long enough, they know that they can't blame things and get better at the same time. So that's my recommendation. So those are the main things I'll look for when hiring staff is, are they confident speaking about themselves? Are they quick speaking about their weaknesses? And do they have evidence that they're not a loser? Give that a go. Let me know how you go. Love you, Cheat Code community. Your mom's your dad.